Alright, here you can see that I have my high resolution mesh, and this is the UV layout that is exported out of ZBrush. And what we're going to do now is take this information, both the UVs, or excuse me, the color information and the normal mapping information, and apply it to our low resolution mesh. You can see here that we have our low resolution mesh with the decent layout for the UVs, and now we just want the information from our high res onto our low res. So the first thing that we're going to do is come up here to rendering, lighting and shading, right down here to transfer files. Now we use the same procedure for our bump mapping and our displacement mapping on the wheel and tire of our vehicle. This time we're going to use it to apply this information to the organic model. So right up here we have selected our low poly model, so that is what is coming in as our target mesh. Now display, we have mesh, envelope, or both. I'll just leave it on mesh, and we're going pretty low for now, 0.5, and we can up that if need be. Alright, this is our envelope search percentage. So what we're going to do is create a normal map and create a diffuse map. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to use tangent space, include materials, yes, connect output maps. We're going to use a new shader and discard this one that we currently have on there. And my common output settings is where you can go ahead and change the resolution. We'll stay with the one for now and do the preview until we know that it's working fine. So now we're going to, we need to select our source mesh, very important. So let's just go ahead to our outliner and select our high poly mesh and add that, add selected. So now we have our high poly mesh as the source mesh, and we are going to now bake and close. And this may take a few minutes. Alright, you can see the color information came through, the normal mapping information came through. There's quite a few problems here that need to resolve, but nothing too difficult. This, the black is typical of the envelope not encompassing the all of the information, so we can easily go back and deal with that. Now I'm going to up the envelope and see, I'm going to jump way up there and double it and see if that will help us. Okay. Alright, so you can see that just by doing that, that's resolved quite a bit of it. There's a few areas right back here that still need to be dealt with. Alright, and that's exactly what it was. So, well, not much of a change here. I'll go back and investigate that further. Alright, still some black spots here, black spots here, and of course back behind the ear will need to be resolved, likely Photoshop there. So, show you how to edit the cage so that you know how to do that. Alright, so what I'm going to do now to help to improve the appearance of this normal map is unhide my high resolution mesh, and I'm going to work on the envelope just a little bit, because as I can see that if I watch these black spots on the end of his nose, if I switch to default quality rendering, I can see that they're still there. So it's not. Oh, it's in the map. Okay. Alright, you can see that if I turn on hardware texturing, that I get the black spots. But what's typical is for these black spots to show up in the actual normal map. So I can tell that they're not a part of the normal map when I turn high quality rendering off, because that's what exhibits the normal map. So I'll take a look at the texture map instead. Alright, so however, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to edit your cage a little bit. What we want to do is have the low resolution cage encompass the high resolution as much as possible. Alright, so if I come in here, grab some verts, move those around, and then I can correct some of what's happening with my normal map. Go into the face front view, if I've got both sides selected there, like I have, and scale those out uniformly. And I'll just continue to do that until I have the majority of my mesh encompassed. Areas like this can have difficulty getting all of the detail from a normal map, especially one as detailed as this, or one that you may be making for your character. So you just want to make sure to be able to help it along as much as possible. You see I have areas here in the side of the face. That's a thunderstorm going on, by the way, if you hear that thunder. Pull these out a bit. Grab these verts on the cheeks, making sure that nothing's selected back there. Move them out slightly, just in the mandible area. And scale those out a bit more. We'll take a look at the texture map before we run it again. Got these black spots. Indicative of the normal map usually. Alright. Okay. Still has that profile. Alright, let's do this again and see if we have an improvement. So we've applied the normal map and the texture map to the high resolution character. I've done so with his body and his pants also. And you can see we're getting lots of nice definition from the normal maps in a very low resolution mesh. It's very low resolution. I might have to add a few more edge loops in the knees. Alright, so that's it for the normal mapping, and we will also talk about some other special mapping for your character and your vehicle.